Okay, let's dive into this. If you rely on generating high quality visual assets, you already know that AI has completely shifted the landscape. I mean, it is pure magic when it works, right? But right now, there's this massive bottleneck keeping creators, designers, and marketers from actually producing the work they need at the exact speed they need it. So today's explainer is all about breaking through that bottleneck. We're ditching complex AI image generator paywalls for good, and we are going to dive deep into the absolute best free web alternatives to Midjourney. And the best part? They require absolutely zero Discord access.
Seriously, ask yourself, is a third-party chat app totally killing your workflow, and is a $10 a month paywall slowly draining your budget? This is a wildly relatable pain point right now. You literally just want to generate a clean, professional image, but instead, you're forced into this chaotic chat room where your brilliant prompt gets instantly swallowed up by a fast-moving feed of, other people's generations. You've got to navigate complex command lines and fork over a monthly subscription fee just to get in the door. Sure, it is the current industry standard, but let's be honest, it's incredibly frustrating.
So here is our roadmap for today to get you past all that friction. We'll start with Section 1, the Midjourney problem. Then Section 2, the top free web alternatives. Section 3 covers quality and commercial safety. Section 4 is the 5-step switch. And finally, Section 5 covers real-world applications.
Let's kick things off with Section 1, the Midjourney problem. Because before we can solve the issue, we really need to understand the specific barriers that are trapping creative professionals right now.
And this brilliantly illustrates the core issue. Right now, the industry standard comes with some serious friction. You're dealing with complicated third-party logins, ongoing subscription paywalls, and forced public galleries. I mean, think about how limiting that is. Every prompt, every creative spark is just out in the open for anyone to see. Now compare that to the modern alternative. It's an entirely different experience centered around a clean, simple web browser. We're talking zero-cost generation, incredibly easy text prompts, and most importantly, private, beautiful results. It's a fundamental shift from high friction to absolute ease, letting you focus entirely on the actual creative process.
But beyond just the financial cost, there are heavy secondary risks actively slowing down designers and marketers. Think about those complex command interfaces. A simple typo or a misplaced dash triggers a big red syntax error, completely breaking your creative flow state. Then there's the total lack of privacy. Operating in a public space means your unreleased product campaigns or branding concepts could literally leak to competitors before you even finalize them. And critically for businesses, there are looming lawsuit risks associated with how some of these legacy models were trained. So actually, these aren't just minor inconveniences. They are absolute workflow killers.
All right, let's shift gears from the problem to the solution with Section 2, Top Free Web Alternatives. These are your ultimate guides for our creative quest, the 5 absolute leaders in the free AI space that operate entirely in your browser.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is seeing exactly how much power is available right now for zero cost. Free no longer means limited. For example, Nano Banana isn't just offering a tiny trial, it remarkably gives you 100 free, high-quality images every single day, which is genuinely surprising. Bing takes it a step further, offering unlimited generations directly in your browser. No way, right? Then you have Fluxpoint 2 providing an incredibly powerful, cutting-edge open-source solution. And hey, if you've ever struggled with AI completely butchering the spelling of a simple word, Ideogram is practically dominating the space for accurate text rendering within images. Finally, there's Perchance, which is a fantastic, highly tunable tool specifically tailored for concept art. There is absolutely no sign-up friction here. You literally just open your browser and start creating.
But of course, the big question is always about the output, which brings us to Section 3, Quality and Commercial Safety. This is the critical battleground where we empirically validate that these web alternatives can actually handle professional, real-world demands. So, the crucial point is this metric right here, which completely changes the game, 90%. That's the text accuracy rate tools like Ideogram are currently hitting. We all know the classic AI struggle, asking for a simple neon sign and getting a jumbled mess of alien-looking characters. Well, those days are rapidly ending. These free platforms aren't just creating abstract shapes anymore. They're delivering highly accurate, legible text alongside stunning photorealism and incredible character consistency. It's a level of quality that stands toe-to-toe with, and honestly in many cases completely exceeds, the platforms you typically pay for. Then there's the very serious enterprise concern of commercial application. The current legacy standard carries notable lawsuit risks based on source data regarding how those early models were trained. For any business trying to build a brand, that uncertainty is a massive red flag. Conversely, modern web alternatives are actively prioritizing commercial safety. Tools incorporating Adobe Firefly licensed options, for example, are built from the ground up specifically to be commercially viable. They're designed to give users absolute peace of mind when deploying these visual assets in professional, public-facing, and commercial environments.
So if you're convinced it's time to make the jump, we're moving right into Section 4, the 5-step switch. This is your highly actionable game plan for migrating your workflow, and you can literally start doing this today. Let's move to and see how this builds into a seamless transition process. Because ditching your old setup doesn't have to be a headache. In fact, it's a simple 5-step switch you can comfortably tackle this afternoon. Step 1, evaluate needs. Figure out your specific use case and your exact quality requirements. Step 2, select tool. Compare the 5 alternatives we just discussed and pick the best fit. Step 3 is the fun part, test prompts. Run the exact same text prompt across your chosen free tools to see the differences with your own eyes. Step 4, compare outputs. Look closely at the photorealism, the generation speed, and that all-important text accuracy. Finally, Step 5, deploy workflow. Integrate the winning tool directly into your daily production pipeline. It's systematic, it's incredibly efficient, and the absolute best part, testing all of this costs you nothing. Which brings us to our final section, Section 5, real-world applications. It's time to look at the final proof, the measurable impact metrics like cost and time saved when these tools are actively put to work in the real world.
Just think about the actual impact here on your time and your budget. If you manage social media, imagine being able to pump out daily, high-quality graphics using Nano Banana Pro without ever touching your department's budget. Or if you're an e-commerce seller, you can generate hyper-realistic, professional product photos utilizing the open-source power of Flux Point 2, skipping those expensive photo shoots entirely. A student designing presentation infographics can rely on ideogram to perfectly spell out labels and headers with that brilliant 90% text accuracy we just talked about. A blogger illustrating daily articles, just pull up Bing Image Creator to generate infinite, beautiful illustrations. And imagine an indie game developer building out entire worlds of complex concept art from scratch using Perchance. Every single workflow bottleneck you had with third-party chat apps and subscription paywalls, it's solved right here, across all these different industries.
So the only question left is this. Are you ready to escape the paywall and deploy your new zero-cost workflow today? The tools are sitting right there, ready to go in your web browser. There's no complicated chat app required, absolutely no $10 monthly fee, and no frustrating command lines. It's just pure, professional, high-quality generation waiting for your ideas. It's time to test them out. Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and I genuinely cannot wait to see what you create.